So the other day there was this like trend going on TikTok. It didn't happen for long. It was in like the little like a baby trend, you'll call it. And it was like black people saying that like gingers were the black people of white people, I guess because they're ostracized from society or something. And like, oh, it was like a funny meme, whatever. Like, it was fine. And then I, of course, I made a funny meme, and they said that Nigerian people are the white people of black people because they perform better actually than white. Did you know that on average Nigerians apparently perform better than white people?
I don't think I know any Nigerian
Okay,
people.
well, that's racist. Anyway, and it got taken down for hate speech. Like literally, like apparently, according to TikTok, that's like saying the no word, the J-ist word. But it's very interesting because I'm as I'm getting like so super woke with my big head, I'm starting to realize that anti-whiteness in society is also anti-blackness, which I know sounds weird, but like think about it, because like if you call a white person black, they think it's cool as fuck. Like that's pretty cool. Black culture is cool, man. Like rap's cool. Look at this. Be dancing like I'm dancing like a black guy. I wish somebody would. That's cool, right?
Like you're invited to the cookout
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of idea.
yeah, it's cool. Like if a black guy was like, "Yo, bro, like you're black," I would be like, "Yes, yes, that would be so cool." Yeah, like that's what my reaction would be. It'd be cool as fuck, man. I've had black people tell me that before. But if you call a black person white, like they get so offended, and it's crazy because, like, honestly, it's happening in a lot of black communities. Like one of the like, we'll talk about it. There's a cultural issue in impoverished black communities, not all black communities, specifically impoverished ones. Yes, we comes from systemic racism. Let's just make sure we don't upset the leftists. It does come from systemic racism, but it's where like if somebody wants to do well, they become invalidated by like the other members of the community. And one of those ways is saying like, "Oh, you're acting white." And it's like two things. One, making the like why is it that whiteness is equal to success? That's crazy. And then you're invalidating somebody's like blackness by calling them white in a derogatory way. That means that they're trying to be more successful. And it's like it really comes to this thing where it's like anti-whiteness becomes anti-blackness.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I just think it's stupid.
Like I've never met like a well-spoken black person like, "Oh, you sound white," or even thought that. And I've never met like a black person, I guess, Onyx that uses they call it AAVE. I've never like been like, "Oh, they're talking like black." I never like I had a lot of people I work with that are black. Like they like well, some of them were non-native black Americans, so they're from Nigeria and stuff, so they had like an accent. But like the ones that were from here that like grew up in like the Bronx and Brooklyn, like they like I guess they spoke with like a
that like brings us into the thing
but like I never really thought of it. It's just normal here
But
for
that's
people that just talk to because then you have fucking sorry for cutting you off, but then you have fucking Italians and they're like, "Oh," and you know what I mean? Like that's everybody speaks differently, you know.
But that's what I was just gonna say is that I think that we are in such a unique place for that. Where like we're on Long Island, like our most families are from the boroughs. People we know are like from the boroughs. So it's just different. I honestly like after like especially after these past couple of months on TikTok and like talking to you about everything, like I feel like we really may have an unfair perspective on things.
Like we're just too cool because we come from like a very diverse area.
But I think like we really do. Like you know, like some of the most like I would say the most ghetto people I know are like white trash people from like out east a little bit, if you know where I'm saying. Like
they live in the trailer parks.
Not even, but
those aren't. I've been to trailer. They're actually
trailer parks on Long Island are trashy.
Yeah, they're trashy.
But
the best women are there, guys.
Oh, are they?
Anything.
Anyways, Long Island, you have like a different perspective. You have different experience. But at the same time, it's really interesting because you're also so segregated.
No, I'm listening. Yeah, I keep going. Yeah, we're segregated.
So like on Long Island, so you're like interacting with everyone. I would say once you get past high school, I feel like the high schools are the most segregated. Our high schools actually
My high school
did.
wasn't very segregated.
No, but that's what I was just gonna say. Our high schools, we didn't go together,
I grew up
but
in a poorer area, and we had like a lot of people.
we did like an exchange program
She
where
all
like
white.
yeah, so where I went to his high school and students from his school went to mine, and at the end we would talk about the differences, and everyone who came to my high school was just talking about like how like we're so white. Like at my high school I graduated with like 600 kids, and we had maybe like 5 Hispanic kids that all hung out by the school store, and we had maybe I
What?
that's where they hung. That's what I'm saying.
What?
Oh, everyone who was the
Did they
same.
segregate themselves?
Yeah, so like within like the school
Is
is
that 'cause
so
you're
white that like
racist?
the people who were like the same ethnicities hung out together, and they only hung out in like particular spots.
Which is interesting because that could brings like a whole conversation about like people segregating themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think does happen. I mean, like I think, and it's just like a comfort thing. Like, I mean, I'm not talking about like fucking. We're not talking about from like a systemic, a systemic perspective. Obviously, there were a lot of pockets of areas that are forcibly segregated. But outside of forced segregation, a lot of people prefer to segregate themselves because they feel more comfortable with people that look like them. That's really like the only defining factor.
Well, that's like I always tell you, there's comfort in homogeneity. There's the likeness
Yes, yeah,
that
yeah.
you need to have in a group for it to be successful, but you need to have enough difference as well.
Well, yeah, that gets into like a whole conversation about like I remember we were talking about like homogeneity and heterogeneity when it came like marginalized advocating for themselves, and this gets into like a whole conversation about intersectionality, which we could
Mm-hmm.
definitely do at one point. I don't know if you want but like yeah, no, it's interesting. People do kind of like segregate themselves, and they feel more comfortable growing up with particular people, and there's probably systemic aspects to that. But then I also feel like some of it's just like people are just more comfortable with people that look like them.
I
You know?
don't think that it's very active at all.
Yeah, no, I think people just kind of do it like everybody has their
Like
subconscious biases.
yeah, no, like I know like if I go into a room, like if I see a fat girl, I'm gonna go befriend the fat girl.
Yeah, right,
You
because
know?
you feel like you identify with that community. Like
Mm-hmm.
today, for instance, I was walking. We went to like a place, went to the tax place, and black people there did not like me at all. And I think it was because either they're one racist or two because I had an American flag mask on, and I have a beard, and I'm like bald, and I look like and I was wearing socks and sandals, so I look like a pretty stereotypical conservative, and I think that. they probably thought I was just racist.
Yeah, no, I definitely like felt that where they even like because at first when we were in
I
that
don't blame them,
office,
by the way.
we weren't talking. I was sitting
No.
there looking at my phone and you were just standing there. And it's like after I started talking to you, the guy who was sitting to our right was like kind of I felt like more like
Yeah,
you
he
know
seemed
what
a
I
little like
mean?
yeah, but I honestly don't blame him because like he seemed not to be a homophobe. He seemed like he may have been gay the way he talked,
Mhm.
which is totally fine. But like I know that. I know I don't care. But like I mean, like, think about it: 6'4", obese, big beard, American flag mask on, like, and then this guy's sitting in there, and like he was well dressed, a bit effeminate, and waiting for his friend. He said, and you know what I mean. Like I would be afraid of getting hate crimed too. I was
That's
him.
a little intense, but I understand what you're
I
saying.
understand.
No, you're just a little yeah.
I look like a bad guy.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm a victim of systemic oppression because I look like a bad guy and people always assume I'm a bad guy and it makes me sad.
Well, I said we should get you like a
We got to
pride
do a
flag
social experiment.
mask.
No, because I actually, when I would walk around because I have a shirt, it's actually her shirt, but I have a shirt that's it's like a gay pride shirt. I wear it. She was very involved with like gay stuff when she was younger. Not like in the bedroom, but more like in the
Professionally as like a
professionally, yeah.
social worker.
And so like I was like, oh, remember I wore the hat that had like the gay pride hat, and then that
Mhm.
thing, and everybody was like looking at me. One young lady says like, oh, I like your shirt. People are so comfortable, but like if I walk around with
It's the worst with your American flag
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, I
And
don't
that's
like
when you
wearing
get the
American flag
most
thing.
negative
Yeah, yeah, and
reaction.
it's so sad because like I love this country a lot, and I'm a proud American. But then also I don't like saying I'm a proud American because I know it upsets people that are around me. Like I don't like to like walk around. Like if I could, I'd walk around with like a fucking eagle, yeah, and then like the mask. But people are like, oh, why that guy scares me, and it's like I don't want to make them uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So I tried not to wear my American flag decor. Get a BL. Hey everyone, if you liked that video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow my Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and TikTok. All links are in the description. Also, check out my Patreon if you'd like to support me even more than you already do. Thank you so much, everyone. I love you all.